Yesterday I went to the premiere and everybody was amazed. Oh my God, you're there! I have to talk with you, L. James. And everybody want to know, how involved were you in the production of this movie? Because I saw a lot of pictures of you there.
Yes, I'm one of the producers. So I worked as a producer on the movie. I've worked in television all my life. I've always wanted to make movies, and finally I found a way in. So I seized it with both hands and got involved. And it's been a hugely educational experience. But it's been great fun this time around. Really good fun.
And are you done with the stories?
I'm going to write 50 Shades Darker from Christian's point of view, I hope, at some point this
year. So it's coming out?
No, it hasn't come out. I'm still writing it. So and I'm only a little way through, but it's been so difficult doing this while all this movie stuff is going on, because it's very, very distracting.
Yeah, and Christian is so intense, and he has such a story that's so difficult to tell. And did you do any research on this kind of personality? How did you manage to create this? So interesting.
It's really it's so fascinating. I mean, it's about child psychology and where abused children go and how they deal with it. Something that I just used my imagination. And I had a letter very early on, one of the books are first published, from a woman who is a child psychologist who works in San Francisco here, very eminent woman, and she said, "You hit every nail on the head. This is how these people are." And it was brilliant, because you just did it. I did it through a sort of empathetic route and my imagination.
Are we having a fourth book?
I think it's very unlikely. Very unlikely. But hey, I always say never. But then that is translated as E.L. James is writing the fourth book. But it isn't. I just never say never. I've got other books, I had other stories I'd like to tell.
We never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Take him off.
Right in here?
Right here. The check, please.
Dakota, do you have any idea how big you are in Brazil?
No.
You're huge.
Really?
Yeah. People are obsessed about you. Is it harder to get back to a character that you did before than doing a new one?
It's a completely different deal. I've never revisited a character before like this, so it was kind of cool to be able to spend this much time with a character instead of just the normal sort of amount of time it takes to film.
And would you be back for a fourth movie if LJ's write it?
If she wrote it, I would love to play Anastasia again, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, me too. Well, she might. And what are your plans for after doing 50 Shades? Do you have another project coming up?
Yes, I am about to finish filming Suspiria with Luca Guadagnino and Tilda Swinton, and then I have a few other projects lined up for the year.
And what is the best and the worst part of the sex scenes? I mean, because I loved it. It was almost a CrossFit thing. But I was really shocked with that scene.
Yeah.
It's like a ballet, right?
Kind of. It is. We do have to take extra time to sort of choreograph it and maneuver our bodies so that, we're blocking certain things, or, the best part is probably the jokes that are made, and the worst part is feeling pretty vulnerable.
Nice meeting you.
Nice
Thank you
to
for
meet
having
you.
me.
Thank you.
You look lovely.
Thank you.
A minha deusa interior tá o quê? Tá em chamas.
Chama o bombeiro!
Estou prestes a entrar na salinha vermelha de Christian. Mentira, não é a salinha vermelha. É a sala de entrevista dele, mas vamos fingir que é o quarto vermelho, sim. Hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good, how you doing?
I'm so nervous. Everybody's sending me texting saying, oh my God, about today I met him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you know how big you are in Brazil?
No.
I'm telling you, pretty huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never been to Brazil.
You want to
But
come? You have an idea of doing a premiere or something over there?
We should do that. We should do that.
Yeah. Well, in this movie, Christian is so dark. I mean, we got to know him really better. Did you have an idea when you first read the role that he was such an intense character?
Yeah, I did, and I feel that that darkness is kind of earned in a way because of what he went through as a kid. You know, it'd be so hard to have experienced the sort of hardship that he experienced when he was so young, and to not have affected you in a very sort of dark way. You know, and I think we forgive him that. You know, if we see that as a fault on his part, we forgive him that because of what we get to see. And in the second movie, we really see what it was that caused him to behave the way he is and to approach
And there's more
life.
empathy when you get to...
Yeah, big time.
Do you think that Christian really can change?
Yeah, and I think we see him make huge changes in Darker, and I think by the end he's kind of unrecognizable from who we meet at the start of 50 Shades of Grey, you know. I think he makes those changes because he's in love, and love does that to you, you know, and he makes sort of compromises and sacrifices that for love, because what he feels for Anna is very real.
You got me looking so
What do you want, Anastasia?
This time, no rules, no punishments, and no more secrets.
And the sex scenes,
Yeah.
my inner goddess was on fire with them. How hard was to shoot them? Because it's like a ballet, it's a really choreography.
Yeah, they are, and they're very particular and precise, and it's not like they just let you sort of get in the bed and go for it. That's not what happens at all. There's times where it's a little bit freer, and if it's a wide shot, and you can do that for the most part, but often with studio movies there needs to be lots of shots and inserts of stuff, so often it'll be...
And it must be exhausting because you did like a whole sex CrossFit going on.
Yeah, it's kind of tiring. Yeah, it is actually. It's true. Usually in a very hot room, but you know, something like me doing a buckle around Dakota's wrist. You know, that will be the camera there and me just sort of going like that. It's not like someone's capturing that in the moment. Very rarely, and sometimes it is. So they're very broken down, the sex scenes.
And if you have a fourth book, would it be on a fourth movie?
I need to ask Erica to write a fourth book probably first.
She said she could.
Did she? Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on where they pick up the story, because I'm aging now quite badly. And,
no way.
You know, but
You're
also
good.
in the movie he turns 28 at the end of Darker, and I'm about to turn 35. So you know there'd need to be. I don't know how it would work, to be honest, unless he does it very soon.
Yeah.